Energy resources. Electric energy. The water stored at a height possesses gravitational potential energy, which is then converted to kinetic energy as the water flows downwards. This flowing water spins the turbine, which in turn spins the generator that produces electricity. The advantages of this are that no fuel is needed, no harmful gases are released, it's renewable, hydroelectric facilities can generate power almost immediately because the water is stored, so it's very useful for backup during major electricity outages. Disadvantages. These are very expensive to build, and the ability to create electricity can be reduced if there is a drought and not enough water. The facility is also very big, so it's hard to find the perfect locations to build it. Solar energy. When the sun shines into a solar panel, energy from the light is absorbed by the photovoltaic cells in the panel. These cells then convert the sun's rays into electricity. The advantages are that they're renewable, this reduces dependency on fossil fuels, it's pollution free, it reduces electricity bills, and it has low maintenance costs. The disadvantages are that it's expensive, it's weather dependent. So, if it's a cloudy day, it might affect the effectiveness of the panel, and also it needs a lot of space to install. Wind. The energy in the wind turns the blade around the rotor. The rotor is connected to the generator, which spins as the rotor spins due to the wind. The advantages are that it's renewable, it does not pollute the air, and wind is free, so operational costs are close to zero once the turbine starts running. Disadvantages. Wind is not consistent, and so if the wind is it's very slow, you might not get as much energy as you wanted to. It's a threat to wildlife. There's noise and visual pollution, expenses to set up, and the safety of people that live nearby are at risk. Tidal. Turbines are placed in tidal streams, which is an area of fast-flowing water. This moving water turns the turbine, which turns the generator and produces electricity. The advantages are that this is renewable, no greenhouse gases or other waste is produced, it's predictable, and it contains long-lasting equipment. Disadvantages. High construction costs. It can potentially disrupt the natural movement of marine animals, and it still needs plenty of research to be more widely used as it's still new technology. Geothermal. Uses steam to produce electricity. Steam comes from reservoirs of hot water found deep below the Earth's surface. The steam rotates a turbine that activates a generator and produces electricity. The advantages are that it's renewable, no fuel is required, reliable as the energy does not fluctuate the same way as other energy resources. Disadvantages are that it's location specific, meaning it needs to be built in specific places. It's very expensive, and it may release harmful gases that are stored under the Earth's surface. Nuclear. A nuclear reactor controls the reaction of nuclear fission. This process releases heat, and the heat turns water into steam, which spins a turbine that activates the generator to produce energy. Advantages are that it doesn't pollute, it doesn't produce any polluting gases. There's low fuel costs, and power stations have a long lifetime. Disadvantages. Waste is radioactive, and safe disposal is difficult and expensive. And large-scale accidents can also be very catastrophic. Cost of building is very high, and it cannot quickly react to changes in electricity demand. Fossil fuels. When fossil fuels are burned, heat is released, which turns the water into steam. The steam then spins the turbine and activates the generator, which produces electricity. Advantages. This is readily available, and it's cheap to produce energy from them. Disadvantages. It's non-renewable, meaning it'll eventually run out, and because of that, there's increasing fuel costs, and this also releases greenhouse gases when burned, which is not good for the environment. Thank you for watching.